Hi, I'm Don Turner, Town Manager, Town of Milton. 2022 was a busy and exciting year around the town offices. With your support, we continue to move Milton forward. So 2022 was a great year. We had a fully staffed police, fire, and rescue squads. We appointed a rescue chief full-time for the first time. We've raised the level of service in rescue to paramedic level service. The farmers market combined with music in the park was a great success. The food trucks, we had done a lot of paving last year, which was good. We purchased the Grange. The Grange is going to be an asset for the community for years to come. Serves a lot of different parts of the population. We partnered with the Vermont Council on Rural Development, and out of that came some very exciting initiatives, such as the multi-purpose recreational facility, the support of local businesses, as well as the creation of a downtown. And one of the things I'm really proud of is the Inclusion Festival, because I think it brought a whole other part of our community to the forefront, and it was an exciting event.
Hello, I'm Sean McCann. I'm the Milton Rescue Chief. I was hired back in April of 2022 by the Town Administrator and Select Board to help assist and run Milton Rescue. They had a need for a chief due to a significantly increased call volume and the management of their career staff and membership. Milton Rescue is a fully staffed rescue department. We currently have one rescue chief. We have 5 career staff, 6 per diem, and 34 volunteers that help run this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As of October 1st, 2022, we were able to obtain our paramedic license with the support of the state and the town. And now we are able to provide a higher level of care and stronger interventions for our community.
Hi, I'm Jenna Tucker-Ujier. I'm the Milton Recreation Director. Last year, we worked with Milton Community Youth Coalition to bring back the Milton Farmers Market for the first time since the start of COVID-19. We combined it with Music in the Park and had over 10 successful event dates that was attended by over 2,500 attendees. Last year, we saw a huge overall increase in attendance at our events, even compared to pre-COVID-19 numbers. On average, we saw a 138% increase in attendance throughout the year. Last year, we assisted Milton on the Move and other community partners with bringing Milton's first Inclusion Festival, and we look forward to continuing this tradition in coming years. We had a lot of park projects last year, but the 3 most exciting ones were the upgrades to the Milton Community Garden, repairs and upgrades to the baseball fields, and our brand new mountain biking trails in Bombardier Park, over 2 miles long.
So one of the most exciting things last year was the new Public Works facility received overwhelming voter support, and we're well into the planning of that, and we're going to make hopefully that'll come to fruition in the next year. So stormwater has been a big issue that's been talked about for a number of years, but all that's coming to fruition in 23, 24, 25. There's new regulations mandated by the state of Vermont that the town is confronted with. Residents around town are now getting letters from the state about their homeowners associations and the impact of stormwater. So the town is going to face, going forward, an ongoing burden with stormwater that will drive cost year after year. We are looking into other ways to handle this, such as a stormwater utility, but we've done a number of projects in the past, and we're going to have a lot more to do in the future.
The town being an MS4 permit town, we are under more of a microscope for the state of Vermont, and they actually track the amount of ditching that we do in a year. We have over 101 miles of roads. Not all have roadside ditching, but all of our back roads do, and it's quite a large task to keep up with it. This year we are going to be doing a project down in the Ledges subdivision. If the Allen Brook is an impaired or potentially impaired waterway, and we're doing a stormwater project down there. We also have additional projects on Eagle Mountain Harbor, which are grant funded in improving the drainage along the lake for pollution control, and we'll be also rebuilding the last section of road.
As we entered the fiscal year 24 budget process, we were faced with some significant challenges. The last year has been really a challenge for us to operate within our budget because of rising energy costs, cost of fuel. We use a lot of fuel in police, fire, rescue, highway. So as we put this budget together, we were really wanted to face these challenges head on. You know, in previous budgets, we've focused on highlighting the projects we were going to work on. This budget is really a nuts and bolts, how we're going to continue to operate at the level of service that people have become accustomed to. You know, to account for these increased costs, we've tried to balance this budget by reducing some of our other priorities. One of those has been paving. We did lower the amount of money invested in paving in this fiscal year to help offset some of these cost drivers. We also have a number of environmental mitigation, stormwater regulations that are driving our budget. You know, we are trying, and every day we come to work, we look at efficiencies in this operation. You know, for example, this year, instead of buying a new backhoe, we refurbished an existing backhoe because it's not a primary piece of equipment, but it's something that's needed. And we wanted to make sure we're conscious of taxpayer dollars. We also did that with a vac truck a year ago.
This is the town's 2006 John Deere backhoe. It was in rather rough shape. The cab, the rollover protection in the cab was completely rusted out, and it was in quite need of repair. It's roughly $140,000 to replace it. The town spent just over $24,000 by replacing the cab and getting the machine professionally sandblasted and repainted. The in-house staff was able to do a bunch of mechanical work, including hydraulic lines, and to rehab this backhoe and saving the taxpayer quite a lot of money. We have to maintain a vac truck for both our sewer division and our stormwater division. The vac truck that is a 2004. It was having multiple issues. It actually had corrosion in the tank, which prevented it from creating vacuum any longer. So we were able to take that truck and send it to Florida and rehab it. And it was about a quarter of the cost of a brand new machine.
One of the other things that we're doing, we're a very lean operation, so we're cross-training staff all the times across all kinds of departments. The other thing, there's two parts of a budget. The second part is revenue. So one of the things that we have been doing is when we have a piece of equipment that is no longer in service, we auction it. We've been very successful getting good returns for our used equipment. We're also reevaluating every revenue stream, including the impact fee schedule. We've applied for numerous grants and received them over the last several years. The select board and I have worked to use ARPA funds so they get the highest return and have the greatest impact for the taxpayer in the long haul. And the other thing we're promoting is economic development opportunities. We have an amazing new Milton business map, and we're looking forward to doing more in the economic development area. Another opportunity that we've been looking at is reusing or utilizing town property for other uses to generate revenue for the town. An example of this would be utilizing the wastewater treatment plant for a solar field. We're also going to do that at the old landfill site. So we're trying to look at town assets. We have a lot of land the town owns, a lot of properties. We're trying to make sure that we're getting the best use, highest and best use out of every piece of town property. Okay. So one of the most important assets that the town has is our staff, our people. You know, our people are your neighbors, and we're all facing the same challenges. The cost of keeping our people has risen dramatically in the last several years. You know, our mechanics, our plow truck drivers, our EMTs, firefighters, the people in the office that greet you when you need their service. These are the people that we want to make sure we keep. We have done an amazing amount of work in this area and supporting our staff in this budget. We had to catch up on many fronts. An example around Chittenden County is police. We're very fortunate to have a fully staffed police department, but with that comes a cost. And we're proud to say that our staff is here, it's full, and we are compensating them in accordance to other departments within this county. We have great people, they do good work, they provide services that you all have come to expect. To replace one of these people costs tens of thousands of dollars. So we've made some significant investment in this budget to the staff that serve you day in and day out. You know, investing in our cemeteries is very important. Continuously looking to improve our engagement with residents. Is supporting the Milton on the Move efforts, the multi-purpose recreational facility, which will serve generations if we can get that through. Local business support, downtown. You know, the other thing that's been important through COVID and remains important, and we see our use is our outdoor recreation opportunities, you know, such as the Eagle Mountain area, natural area, the town forest, the trails. And this budget also does a lot of work in renovating the tennis courts that many people use throughout the summer.
Hello, my name is Amber Baker and I'm the Finance Director for the Town of Milton. Your property tax bill is made up of both town and education taxes. Historically, about 71% of your total property tax funds education, while the remainder 29% funds town operations. The proposed FY24 budget totals $9,784,978, of which $7,595,546 will be raised by property tax revenue. The budget is an increase of 5.4%, or $497,439 over the current FY23 budget. What does this mean to you? If you own a home valued at $300,000, this will cost you an additional $5.63 a month, or $67.50 a year. The primary factors driving this increase are the rising cost of fuel, materials, and labor necessary to perform essential services offered by the town, especially in public works and public safety. You can find more information about the budget and audit documentation on our website at miltonvt.gov/vote.
We know that 2023 is going to be a great year. Economic development on Route 7 is going to be a factor. We know that the Champlain Farm Store is under construction, Pete's RV is coming, and there's a number of other projects that are in the pipeline. Finally going to see maybe some activity around the Hourglass or the Town Green. We understand it's going to go to bid later this year with construction in 2024. And belonging in Milton is very important to me and our team. And we want to do more work in that area this year as well.
Hi, I'm Simone Bedford. I'm the Planning Director and Director of DEI. This year we're focused on supporting inclusion events throughout the town, including our Human Rights Day as well as our Inclusion Festival, which was a great hit last summer. We are also focused on age-friendly community planning in partnership with the AARP. We love supporting housing, transportation, and economic development opportunities that support the needs of our community.
Our town clerk, Kristen Beers, will now take you through the details on how you actually come to vote on March 7th.
Hello, I'm Kristen Beers, Milton's town clerk. On town meeting day, polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Milton town offices, or you can request a mail-in ballot online, over the phone, via email, in person, or by mail-in request. We will start mailing out requested ballots as soon as they become available around February 15th. If you have any questions, give the town clerk's office a call. Thank you.
We hope you found this information helpful. If you'd like to learn more, please go to miltonvt.gov/vote, call my office or stop in. We truly appreciate your support, and we hope to see you on March 7th.